So I'm at Montreux railway station, and I'm going to go and take the mountain train up to Rochers de Naye. We're looking for platform 8. The adult return train ticket from Montreux to Rochers de Naye is a rather princely sum of almost 75 Swiss francs. However, I have left information in the description below on possibilities and how to cut this down. So here's the stairs for going up the Rochers de Naye mountain railway. I was using a combined Riviera card and Swiss Alps pass, which cut this down to less than 30 Swiss francs. The cogwheel train journey from Montreux to Rocher de Naye takes approximately 50 minutes. Now just leaving the station, just come up through the clouds on the way up, so we'll go and see what views we can check out up here. So we're at the top of the Rochers de Naye, and we're going to see and check out some views. Hopefully we get a few decent views. Wow, got a cloud inversion. Wow. Beautiful. There's an Alpine guide in here, which we'll go and check out later. So we've got this really nice cloud inversion. We actually came up through the clouds on the train. So I was quite pleased when I saw us burst through the clouds just above German. It's quite a drop from this viewpoint here.
Đứng đây, Nam vô đây. Lên nha. 1, 2, 3.
Chỗ này hơi tối nhỉ, anh đứng như này không?
Được, quay mặt qua đây tí xíu. 1.
So we're going to make our way up to the top there, see what views we can get. Getting that rather lovely view to the railway station and the restaurant there, a cloud inversion in the background. So clouds sat on the mountains in the background. The last train down was at 6:12 in the evening, so I've got plenty of time up here should I want it. So just coming up to a viewpoint. Not much of a view. It's a cloud inversion. We're at 2,042 metres. I guess the clouds might burn off later. We'll see. So there's a restaurant at the top. And deck chairs. Not sure if those are fryer or you can just sit in them. I think you can just sit in them.
The restaurant when I visited was really busy, therefore my advice would be to bring a packed lunch.
So I've just had a spot of lunch and they've still got a cloud inversion. So might not get to see the views over Lake Geneva, but you never know, might be lucky. And it might burn off, but it's not looking very likely. So now we're going to go and visit the Alpine Garden, which is over yonder. You can see the, well, I don't know if you can pick it up on the GoPro, a little light hut, which I think marks the start of the Alpine Garden. The train's just come into the station again, so we'll view that getting off before we go to the garden. So the train just leaving the station, went back down to Montreux. I might go and do that the cliff walk. You can see a cross up there. Go and do that cliff walk later. I was hoping to go all along the cliff. As we make our way up this rocky path, steps to the Alpine Garden. So I've just come to this viewpoint on the way to the Alpine Garden. Still got a cloud inversion. I think it's possibly set for the day. You can see part of a lake down there. Don't think that's Lake Geneva, or it might be part of it. I can see I think what looks like a dam. And we'll make our way towards the Alpine Garden now. So here's the hut, the Alpine Garden. It's free to enter, but just looking back on the views towards the Rochers de Naye up where that mast is, and then the train station and the restaurant above.
Con el canzón, la Jardin,
Some crows hanging around.
I believe those blackbirds are Alpine cuffs. We'll see more of those a little later.
So we're going to make our way down, take a look at the Alpine garden, see what views we can get.
The Alpine garden houses approximately 1,000 species of plants sourced from various mountainous regions of Switzerland, Europe and other continents.
It's all steps. Imagine it'd be quite slippy if it was wet, but it's perfectly dry today. That's a superb cloud inversion. So it's all roped off, so you can't really slip and fall. It's not something you can slip under either. Seems to go quite a ways down. So now I'm going to make my way back out to the Alpine garden and go along the cliff walk. See what views we can get. I think it's still all cloud inversions, so I don't think we're going to get to see Lake Geneva, but we can hope for the best. So just leaving the Alpine garden at the hut. I'm going to make our way over to the cross over there. And across the cliff, see what we can see. It's quite a show. So we're on the zigzag track. I'm going to drop instead of going up to the top where I'd already been. I'm going to move off to the right and pick up the cliff top path where the cross is. So that's where we went earlier. And this is where we're going next. So you can see the railway station back there and where the restaurant is. So we make our way over to the cross. It's not really a cliff walk as such at this where we are at the minute. So it's not anything dangerous at all. Oh. Although I did just walk into a piece of wire just going across. There's like a gate. I suspect that's for stop the cows coming through, perhaps. So we're nearing where the cross is. As you can see, you can't really see the cross now because the clouds are coming pretty rapidly and almost covered it. As you can see, just a blanket of cloud, nothing to see. That's where Lake Geneva would be. And so here's the cross. I assume this is the actual top of Rochers de Naye. See what the plaque says. Oh, I can't read French. It translates in English to cross erected in the memory of the 100th anniversary of the Rambertia, July 5th, 1996. We're seeing a bit of Lake Geneva, if you can pick it up on the GoPro. Very faintly. The clouds are like clinging to the mountains. At this point I thought I'd get my mugshot on to prove I'd visited. So if my luggage had arrived when I arrived, then I would have my hiking shoes and I would be able to, I was going to go over to that peak. But I suppose I know why I'm done at the minute, because I wouldn't have gone over to that peak anyway, because it's just cloud inversions. So I wouldn't have been able to see over Lake Geneva anyway, so I guess no real harm done at present. I hope to return one day to do a circular walk on a clear day to also take in the peak of Dent de German for an awesome views over Lake Geneva. So some people have just come up the Via Ferrata. It's quite a difficult Via Ferrata, I believe, straight up the cliff face. Seen videos of it online. Doesn't look for the faint-hearted. So here's where they come up the Via Ferrata. There's a sign saying up only. Another train is just going down the mountain. And that was Rochers de Naye.